Welcome to Current Chatter, the place where we dive into the latest news and happenings going on around the world. Join mother and son duo Kota and Losa as they engage in lively debates over current affairs and anything else that sparks a discussion. With diverse perspectives and a bit of fun, you never know what topics will come up next. Tune in every Friday afternoon for your weekly dose of Current Chatter.
Hey guys, Mama and I had some editing difficulties this time around. Our audio wasn't synced up, so I did the best that I could. And if it sounds a little choppy and a little all over the place or not our normal standards, that's why. So I just want to send out an apology from Current Chatter to our chatterheads. I hope you still enjoy the episode. Let's get back to it.
Hello. Guess what day it is? It's Friday, Current Chatter Day. How you doing today, Kota?
I'm doing excellent, Mama. How are you?
Good. No, I know we record early, but the idea of a Friday afternoon to me is really, I'm looking forward to it.
It's top notch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top luxury.
Like I work on the weekends, and I'll be working even more now that we're going to be into the holiday
little
season.
Motherfucker. Not everything needs your investigation, sir. Ow! He said no, but I'll claw the shit out of you. I'm sorry. Go on, Mama.
Where was I?
You were talking about Friday afternoon.
Right, but that I work weekends. But there's something about a Friday afternoon, you know?
Yeah. Isn't there a song about Friday afternoon?
There's a song about Friday I'm in Love by The Cure.
That's probably what I'm thinking of. It's Friday, I'm in love.
Yep, The Cure, one of their classics. And that I have to say that makes me feel so old.
Where you are, what do they call their diehard fans? Cure fans or Cure heads or something like that?
I have no idea.
Cure eggs?
I am not. You know what? I am a fan, but your Uncle Wyatt?
Diehard fan.
Crazy for him.
Diehard fan. I bet you I could message him and ask him. He'd be like, oh, we're called this and this.
Yep, exactly.
Mom wanted to really watch Don't Fuck with Cats, and it's been out on Netflix for a couple of years. I saw it several years ago. I have recently rewatched it to go over it with Mom, and I want to get...
I didn't know. I thought it was fairly new.
I
with
think
all the other serial killer stuff that they were putting out.
No, let's see. Let me see. 2019.
Oh, yeah. That is a while ago.
December 18th. What was your first reaction to watching the series? Was it shock, disgust, fascination, something else? Because I know you said you stayed up late to watch it, right? So give me that rundown.
Okay, so we decided, me and your father last night, that we were going to watch just one episode of it because it was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're like, well, that'll take us till 7:30, and bedtime is at 8, so that'll work. And then we stayed up until 11:30 watching it. Because you couldn't stop.
Yeah, you can't, right?
And the premise of it is so horrifying. Like, I was like, I don't know nothing about it. Why mess with cats? I don't know. This is, we'll just throw it in. We'll watch it and see what happens. And
so we're not too worried about spoilers because it has been several years since it came out. But after watching it, like, where do you stand? Like, one of the big questions I had with myself was like, do you think the internet sleuths helped bring Luka to justice, or did their obsession actually fuel his ego a little bit?
It was both. I don't think those are mutually exclusive, are they?
Do you think that they would have caught him if it hadn't been for this group?
No, I don't think so. The Canadian, no offense to our Canadian fans, but the Canadian police did not seem to be very on top of it. Neither were the German police when he flew over to Germany. He basically gave himself up at the end.
Let's go back to episode 1. Now that we've kind of talked about it a little bit. In 2010, there was this video that got posted, and it was posted by a man of himself suffocating cats in a sealed bag.
One man, 2 cats, or something.
Or something like that. 1 boy, 2 kittens, or 2 kittens, 1 man, or something weird like that. And at first he's like sitting and playing with the kittens, like having a good time, and then he like kind of sticks them in a bag, and they don't show you him sucking the air out of the bag. And I've watched some fucked up shit, but these are one of those kind of videos that draws a line for me because I'm such an avid cat lover that it just like it hurts somewhere deep in my soul. Like I don't know if
I think it's really one of the things that they said at the beginning. So even if people are listening to this podcast and they're like, don't spoil it, I'll tell you something that happens in the beginning that makes you like, why not mess with cats? What's up with that? And then it was like, rule 0 on the internet. Don't fuck with cats. Rule 0. And I'm like, wow, people with their cats, they're crazy. They're like,
there's just something about it. Like
cats.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% crazy about my cats. This is gonna sound bad. I don't think I would have feelings about it if he had done it to dogs, but I don't think it would hit me the same that it did with the cats. Like the cats.
Well, he ended up killing that dog. Remember?
He did kill a dog. I didn't feel as bad about that dog as I do the cats. If that makes sense. Like it's just like it was horrible. Just like sucking the air out of the bat and like. It breaks my heart. Like I still cry when Mufasa dies on The Lion King. Like I can't watch The Lion King and not boob my eyes out when Mufasa dies. That's a big fucking cat. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do it. Just cats like hit a certain spot for me that just like those my motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And like it shocked such outrage and sparked an informal Facebook group of internet sleuths to track him down. And they went frame by frame by frame in each video.
Oh, they weren't kidding.
No, they were like fuck around.
They were better than any of the TV shows with the like CSI or something. They were like,
yeah,
she was going down one street and I was going down another street. And
yeah, just to find this one picture that he had. But like, I wonder at the same time, and it makes me think of the case we just did. The series just came out. Unknown number. Like,
okay.
If the principal had even just a little bit of the sleuthing that Don't Fuck with Cats did, I don't know if it would have gotten all the way to the FBI. You know what I mean? Just because they went that far into it, like it just like they went that deep into it.
Yeah, and I liked the conclusion with the sleuths, the Facebook people, that were. I liked the ending with them being able to view his being, handcuffed and carried away all on the internet.
Let's not get into it yet. We still got 3 more episodes to go. Like, you're jumping way ahead here. So, and then later in the episode, I believe maybe it's the second episode, another video comes out of...
Yeah, it's the second one by then.
Yeah, and it's one cat and a bathtub. And he, takes 2 sticks and puts a kitten in the middle of the sticks and tapes up the sticks. So the cat can't move, can't do anything, but he can hold him by the sticks. And he slowly pushes the kitten into a bathtub full of water. So
it's
it drowns.
Horrible.
It's
horrible.
Just that is one of my biggest fears. No, they don't show it. They just show the kitten in the sticks, and then you kind of get the picture of what's going on. And then after that, he uploads another video of a kitten and a python. And he's sitting there playing with the kitten, and then you happen just see in the corner this python move around, and you went...
Slowly moving.
Holy shit.
And you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, see, when I had watched it years ago and watching it again, I didn't remember the bathtub scene at all. The one that stuck out in my head was the vacuum seal and the python. The python one really, really got me. But Tristan, he had to
You've always been that way about snakes.
Yeah, Tristan had to physically leave the room when they even talked about the bathroom scene. And in my head, I went, "What about that? Just fuck someone up that much?" And just the weird thing that he remembered that scene, and I totally forgot about that cat in the bathtub. But the python, you don't see the python attack the kitten, but you hear it, and you know what's happening. You know what I mean? And it's fucking rough.
I just think that. One that hits on some of your core memories, like when you were little and you and your dad went and got.
Yeah.
So Dakota was 3, maybe 4 years old, and we got a rosy boa snake, and we needed to feed the snake. So Dennis and Dakota went to the pet store, bought some pinky mice, and Dennis let Dakota pick the pinky mice that Dakota wanted to have. And so once Dakota had picked the pinky mice that he wanted, they came home and Dennis dropped one of the pinky mice into the snake cage. And if you've never seen a snake eat or like attack its food before, it's really discombobulating, because it's discombobulating to me, and I'm an adult, because they're like mouth folds, their mouth folds open.
But it's
folds
quick,
open all
too.
the
It's
they
a
lunge.
strike.
Yeah, and it's just so the the snake attacks the pinky mouse, and at the same time Dakota lets out a blood-curdling scream, throws himself up against the glass, runs out of the room, comes back, points at Dennis and says, "You don't know what you've done. You don't know." And then ran back into the room, shut the door. And I was like, what?
That was probably my first like inkling of what life and death was in that moment. So
Yeah.
I bet you I didn't know what I just did. You know what I mean? Like
You were like, you don't know what you've done. And Dennis was like, circle of life.
basically. But yeah, I see, and now that you pointed that core memory for me as a kid, it makes sense why that python sticks so well into my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it just like it yeah, and the vacuum bag that wasn't. Yeah, it breaks my heart.
It's
Like
messed up.
it's fucked up.
It's just messed up.
It's fucked up.
So then the sleuths, to get back to don't mess with cats, goes back to the sleuths, and they're like, well, he is going to kill somebody.
Yeah,
so they
that
got
was their big
somebody.
thing.
They decided to. They found out that he had to be somewhere in Toronto.
The way that they
And the
did
police-
that was they analyzed small details like his room decor, his cigarette packs, and a vacuum model. And they like narrowed it down to the vacuum model was a big
North
piece because
America.
you could only buy this vacuum model in North America. Like one of the gals, her name was Body Movin'. She like went onto a different Facebook group that was like all about vacuums and asking people about this particular vacuum, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you can only get it here, and here's the part list for it, and all of this stuff." So they were able to pinpoint it down. And at one point, someone messages John Green. John Green and Body Movin' are probably the two main people,
The main characters, yeah.
doing the investigation. And they message John Green and go, "You ought to look into this dude named Luka Magnotta." And John's like, "Who the fuck is this?" So then he looks up Luka Magnotta. And Luka happens to be this big, huge model. Like he lives
Internet star.
Yeah, he lives this extravagant life and does all of these things for his modeling career, and has dated, I think they said he dated Madonna at one point, and just was in with everybody.
Right.
And it just didn't make sense for this person to have these kind of tendencies. So then they're like going back and watching the videos, and they're like getting down to like the music. Because at one point they had, the first video had a Russian sitcom playing. So they thought, oh, he's in Russia, but he may have just been playing it on the background. And you hear a distinct click of when the music stops, but the vacuum is still going with the cats. So they knew, oh, this wasn't like an ongoing
Recording.
show. He paused it and did what he was doing. They even broke it down to like the music that was playing in the background. They connected the music to other different parts of like horror genre and serial killers. Do you remember what music was playing and like how that connected? I know that the music was a big thing.
It was that song, I can't remember it right now, but it was a song and that plays in the beginning of Basic Instinct.
Yeah. So they had like gotten down into this and figured out that this person has this kind of fetish with serial killers. They couldn't quite understand how Luke fit in with this person that was doing these heinous things. And then the third episode, he continues uploading disturbing animal torture videos and taunting the group. So I believe that the guy had figured out that there was this group of people that were trying to find him, and he got like some kind of sick high off of fucking with these people. Wouldn't you say? Because he would come in. What did they call it? They call it sock accounts or sock puppet accounts or something like. It was something weird.
Sock puppet.
Sock puppet accounts, and they were just accounts that someone made real quick and then would upload something and go back and like delete it, or they were obviously fake accounts. Yeah. Eventually escalates to human murder. Yeah. And this is where
it's not like oh, he murdered somebody. No. He murders somebody.
He does.
Like
he does.
He murders somebody with, a screwdriver and then dismembers the body. And that's where the third episode starts, is when they find the body.
They find the body in a suitcase behind an apartment in, I think it was Toronto, right? Wasn't it? It was Toronto?
No, it was in starts with an M. No. Yeah, an M. See, I was going to take notes yesterday when I was watching, but I got so into it I didn't take notes. Montreal.
And so this person uploads a video, and I believe it was called 2 Men, 1 Ice Pick. And it shows him it starts with someone laying down on a bed who looks inebriated. They're not moving, they're not doing anything. And then this other person comes around with what looks like an ice pick. You find out later that it's a screwdriver, and then just starts violently stabbing.
Just like crazy.
Oh, yeah. Just going to town. I think he got stabbed over 50 times, something like that. He uploaded it to a website called Best Gore. Best Gore is now has been taken down off the internet. What it was at the time was... Yeah, I can't imagine
videos.
Why.
Yeah,
what?
Videos.
They are.
Videos.
Yep. You could watch... It was one of those sites that I went to as a kid. I've gone through a lot of Best Gore. I was actually kind of like, fuck, they took it down. Like, now where am I going to get these videos? But you could watch awful things on here. It was disgusting. So it was just the place for this person to upload it, and he put a message into the Facebook group with a link to the video. And these people are watching it.
I have a question. Like, if somebody sent me a link, I don't care how well I know them or where they got it. If it says snuff in there, I'm not going to open it.
It doesn't say snuff. I think the thing said 2 Men, 1 Ice Pick on Best Gore. And if you don't know what Best Gore is...
that's the word then. Best Gore. Like,
that's the name of the website. That's what it's called. If you look up Best... Like, I'll look it up right now. And it'll tell you, like, this site is no.
And then you get flagged by the FBI. That's how... And that's why you can't qualify for a loan.
So when you look up bestgore.com, it comes up with like this child drawn picture of a couple of people on a spear, someone holding a knife and a grenade, and it says I heart Best Gore. And then it goes down to say Best Gore was the place to be for 12 years. If you missed it, you've missed out. I've gone to pursue different goals. If you'd like to get in touch, feel free to email me at bestgore@patronmail.ch.
But anyway.
So this website has been taken down.
Yeah. So he uploads it. He sends the link to the sleuths, the Facebook sleuths. And they're like, finally... Like they weren't surprised. They're like they
weren't
knew
surprised.
We knew this was going to happen.
They definitely were like, we knew where this was going to happen. But they also went, we just watched someone get fucking murdered.
Yeah,
like they realized the heaviness of it. It caused Body Movin' to just take a break for a little while because she was like, I can't do this. Yeah, like this is too much. You know what he also does in that video is he kills a small black and white puppy. And a lot of the people in the group thought that this was him calling out the group as animal lovers, saying, you couldn't catch me now. I've moved on from kittens to...
cats, to dogs, to people.
Yeah, it was... and I could definitely see why those people would take it as like a giant fuck you can't catch me kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was another movie that... we mentioned the Basic Instinct movie. He was very into movies. Mm-hmm. And that movie with Tom Hanks and, I can't remember his name. In that movie, Catch Me If You Can.
Yep, that was, I think...
Leonardo DiCaprio was in it.
Yep. And I think that there was another score from that movie that was playing in that video where he's killing that male individual that we don't know who it is yet. I think the background music was from Catch Me If You Can. So they're like connecting all these little dots, and they go again. They start to go scene by scene by scene. They upload the video into their computer and just cut it into scenes, and are just trying to figure out what is going on. Like I've watched gore videos. I've watched it. I could not imagine going pixel by pixel by just trying to figure out anything. My mind doesn't work that way, you know. But it's crazy. Eventually, we find out he's done this killing and this dismemberment of Jun Lin, an international student from China, who just happened.
So that's who he's killed. Yeah.
Yep, that's who he killed. And you get to meet Jun Lin's best friend. And you find out just how wonderful and caring of a person Jun Lin is. And he wasn't very forthcoming about his sexuality. I believe in China it's frowned upon to love someone of the same sex, and Jun Lin wasn't out about it, but he was able to be more out in Canada where he was in school. So he was starting to...
And because of Craigslist, you have this anonymity. And so what the sleuths have found out is they track all the stuff to Montreal, but they notify the Toronto police because the Toronto police are the ones who are investigating the animal killings. And it's just Jun Lin's story is the saddest piece.
Yes, definitely.
Of the whole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He wanted to explore this other side of him and just got caught up in the wrong parts. He went to the killer's house wanting to do some modeling, I believe.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
The sleuths, the internet sleuths, Body Moving and John Green, not only did they find like a Craigslist posting of someone asking someone else to come model, but they were able to
That's how they found the dog. That was another point I wanted to make out.
Yep, that's how they found the dog.
And then the dog linked back to a Craigslist page, which led them, they're like, well, it worked. If Craigslist worked for this, then we'll keep playing with that.
Yep.
And found the ad that Jun Lin had put out, or no, Luka had put it out, and Jun Lin had answered it.
Yep, and they were able to follow it based on wording that this person would use, and they used it.
Luka.
Yep, Luka. We'll give it away. Luka Magnotta is the killer. I'm trying not to say it, but he is the killer. And they were able to figure out, like, with Luka's dummy accounts or his sock puppet accounts, he always had a certain way he would write things. He had certain words that he misspelled all the time. And they went through hundreds of these accounts to try and figure out. They found out that Luka wasn't this big, crazy male model. He had just had so many sock puppet accounts that it made him famous. He made himself this center of attention.
Yeah, which is all he really wanted, really.
Oh, yeah. Like, how narcissistic do you have to be? Like, how do you keep up with all those passwords? Like, how do you do
just
that?
have to give him, I don't know. It's craziness. And like I said, the sad thing is that Jun Lin is the sad story in this, in that it's kind of horrible to say that you play certain games, you
win certain prizes.
Exactly.
You just don't fucking know. What was really fucked up for
and
me,
if you're gonna play those games, then you're eventually gonna get hurt. I'm sorry. It's just, but that doesn't excuse what Luka did to him.
No, absolutely not.
He sent another snuff video to the group right after the first one they'd opened and did that. And this is the actual moment where Body was like, I'm out. It was one guy and a head, and he was sitting on the side of the tub and just swirling the head around in the bathtub.
It was Jun Lin's head.
It was Jun Lin's head, because he took off the hands, the feet,
when he dismembered. Yep.
Yeah, and that's how Jun Lin's best friend finds out that it was indeed Jun Lin who was murdered.
It's
And
just so.
I just couldn't even.
It's like stuff you read in a horror novel.
It really is. And he's just messing with these people now. He's just like, you can't catch me.
Absolutely.
So then they get the police in Montreal involved and find out that they're like, well, why didn't the police in Toronto not do anything? It's because the police in Toronto, the detective that they had was on vacation when they sent all the information to him. So he got away to Montreal. And then from Montreal, he went to Germany, where he was ultimately captured. No, France. Paris.
Berlin.
Was it Berlin or was it
was
France?
Berlin. He was in an internet cafe, and he was ironically looking at articles about himself. That's how they
Because he was just such a narcissist.
Mm-hmm. We did forget to touch on I forget his name, and I apologize, but the internet sleuths ended up having this. It was a group. It's a group on, I think, like TLC or something like that. They do investigations on animal cruelty, and this particular group thought that they had caught the guy before they even knew about Luka. And
that was back in the first episode.
Yep,
yeah.
They pinned it all on this guy. I believe his name was John in Russia. And there's a video that they were able to link of John, and it's not, I don't know for sure if John is in this video, but they linked this video of someone who resembles John having a cat inside a cage, pouring gasoline on the kitten or the cat, and then lighting it on fire. And they thought that it was the same guy who did the vacuum sucking and the other videos of killing these kittens. And John ultimately ended up taking his life,
his own life, because
of
these
this mistaken identity. But you couldn't tell these animal cruelty people that they had the wrong guy, because at that point John Green had since received an email about Luka, and John in Russia didn't look anything or even remotely resemble the person that was in the videos. The person that's in the videos is a tall, lengthy person, and John was a heavier set man. Right. And that was
they were brutal. They attacked him, and the body said it well. She's like, they internet lynched him.
Absolutely, because what's the first rule about the internet? Don't fuck with cats.
No, that's not the first one. That's 0. So
Rule
the first
0.
would be 1. Rule 0 is don't screw with cats. So they start episode 3 out with Luka's mom saying that Luka is not the killer, and that we need to be looking at somebody named Manny. Mm-hmm. And they follow that trail, of course. They go down that little rabbit hole. But just to wrap it up, he was just playing out his own version of those movies that he wanted so badly to be a part of. He wanted to be an actor and stuff, and he was playing these movies out in his head, like Catch Me If You Can, Basic Instinct. The names that he used came straight from those movies, and it was quite entertaining. However, it like I said, me and your dad stayed up late to watch it. And when Bowdy kind of gives everybody in the world the finger by saying, and it's you out there, you who fed this cycle. She's like, are you culpable? And I was like, me and Dennis are like, yeah, we are. Of course we are.
The internet is a cesspit when you truly think about it. Yeah. When you really get down to think about it, the internet is a cesspit. But it is everyone's fixation.
30 years ago it wasn't. 30 years ago it was just like, oh, you can pull up some stuff, you can research stuff, you don't need, but it really did turn into just I have to agree with you, a cesspool out there.
What are your final thoughts after watching it?
I think that the whole, at the end, the finger pointing at the end was irony to its fullest.
At its core, 100%.
Because that's what you're watching it, aren't you? And they say in there that the story is about Luka, but it should have been about Jun Lin. It should have been about this great person that he murdered.
And it wasn't. It was about him being, 6 degrees of himself, because he just was just so obsessed with himself.
He had like this, the physiology of Luka is like loneliness, narcissism, obsession with being a celebrity, just like,
Right.
and you're 100% right. This all should have been about Jun Lin, but when you think about it, isn't any murder, shouldn't that be about the person that's murdered and not the murderer?
Yeah.
But we have this sick obsession with trying to understand, and this is coming from, I have done some deep dives into serial killers, and I have this sick obsession with them, and I can't not know.
Right. No, I agree with like everybody. I don't think, well, not everybody, but a good amount of people out there are like, oh, that's so sad, and then they're like, they're gonna make a movie about that, and then they're like, well, that's cool. I'd watch that. Are we really? We're feeding into it instead of
Fighting against it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's this underlying like need to understand why people think this way. Because
Isn't that the ultimate crutch though, Kota?
Yes. Absolutely.
Just to get that close to somebody, you know what I mean? Would be, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. So would you say that's the biggest lesson you took away from this doc series?
Yeah. It makes you just stop and be like, okay, I am a lurk, but here's my problem. I'm a lurker. I'm a lurker on Facebook. I'm a lurker on Instagram. I don't post a lot, but I lurk. But I could see how people, I'm part of a couple of groups.
Facebook, not face group.
Oh God.
Facebook
groups. Golly, that was hard. Maybe I'm having a stroke.
Another one.
Anyway,
and another one.
And another one. And it was like, how, at what point do you, like, if you see something, you should, isn't that the thing? If you see something, you should say something.
Yeah.
Like,
even
those
if
people did that and they weren't believed at first. You know what I mean? That's
the hard part of it.
I'm not going to get believed, but
you have to remember when that first video came out and then the second video came out, everybody on that group was like, he is going to escalate. This is just a stepping stone. If you watched a video and knew that this person was going to end up murdering someone, wouldn't you, as a sane person, be like, this don't fucking look, this isn't okay?
Yeah, and you would think that the police would be all over it. There has to. The ironic thing is, yes, he did get caught looking at his Interpol, information in Interpol. So yeah, that was my take on it. What was your take on it?
I have I have a give and take with the internet sleuths. I think I'm with you thinking that Luka would not have been caught without those internet sleuths, but I'm also on the fence where I don't know if he would have escalated without giving him the attention that he ultimately wanted.
Yeah.
So it's that double-edged sword. Like,
do you think when he did the very, very first video, and I tend to believe, I agree with what they said, is that this isn't his first time. He's done this before, and not up to the murder, but with the animals. They're like, the therapist or a brother or a sister of the therapist said something along the lines of, somebody who does this has done it before. And that when they escalate to the point of wanting to get attention for it, they've passed the point of no return.
Yeah, definitely. Watching him do that, and he definitely like had a ritual of how he would do these videos. He would start these videos off with, and he did it with Jun Lin, where he would sit and play with these creatures or people. He like would caress Jun Lin's torso as he did with the cats. He would like pet the cats and play with the cats, and then it would lead up into this heinous act. So he definitely had a ritual, and you're right. It's not, you don't get these kind of rituals or steps without have done it a few times, without have been doing it a few times. So no, you're right. You're right. I bet you he did do it.
But so my question is, did he know? Do you think that Luka understood the first rule of the internet, not to mess with cats? And he did that in order to bring attention to himself, which I can totally see him doing. But at the same time, like, did he know? Was he that knowledgeable? Was he that smart?
I don't think Luka was a very smart person. I think Luka couldn't see past himself.
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
So I don't know if he was that smart. I think he put that video out hoping that it would get the attention, and once it took off, he did another video. And then he did another video. You know what I mean? I think he was just trying to see what ground he could get, because he obviously his modeling career wasn't taking off even with his own influence. And like, don't get me wrong, Luka Magnotta is a very handsome individual. He is very attractive.
Yeah, that doesn't make it so. Just because you're attractive doesn't mean you get a pass on killing people.
Well, I mean, look at
or helpless
Ted Bundy.
creatures.
There were people opening their legs for Ted Bundy. Like it did. Like, no, it does not give them a free ride. But I think because his modeling career didn't take off the way he wanted it to, he went to the next thing that he knew about, and that was these movie ideas that he had in his head of how to present himself or carry himself. One thing that really fucked with me is there's a video of Luka and Jun Lin going into Luka's apartment. Luka is wearing, I think, a white t-shirt, and Jun Lin is wearing this yellow t-shirt that has this very internet design. It's not something you would see on an everyday t-shirt. And then when you cut to after, when we know the killing happened, Luka comes out and is wearing Jun Lin's t-shirt. Did you catch that?
It's creepy. Yeah.
It's weird, right?
It's creepy. He's like, I bet you he got blood all over his clothes. And because when the snuff movie starts, Jun Lin is not wearing anything.
No. I think he has boxers on. You don't see his genitals or anything like that.
Right. I bet you when Luka killed him, he got blood all over himself and he needed to wear something clean.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
I don't think that he ever thought past this is a means to an end for me. You know what I mean? It's like, I have to kill him because that's what I have to do, kind of. And it really makes you feel like you're part of that.
It's like any other addiction,
degradation
really.
Of the world. You know what I mean? Because you watch that.
The way I see it too is it's like any other addiction. You start off small, and then you just want a little bit more and a little bit more. And this little bit more isn't doing it, so I need extra. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just. Yeah.
It was wild. So next week, what are we watching?
So this week comes the...
Oh, is it this week?
Yeah, it comes out Friday.
Okay.
So while y'all are listening to this, I am going to be knees deep, balls deep into some Ed Gein and the Monster Story on Netflix. I am so excited.
I promised that I would watch it, but I might have to take it in little spells.
Okay, but you got to be ready.
It looks so... I'm sorry. I watched the previews and the trailers, for it, and it looks so dark.
Yeah, that's the fucking point.
And it looks like it's Silence of the Lambs.
It is.
Psycho.
It is.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It is.
All these they were just as much of a psychological thriller as it was a thriller.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
But you have to remember that all of those would not have come into creation without Ed. Most of the horror genre we know and I love would not have happened without Ed. I am fucking stoked. So stoked.
Like I said, I'll watch it. I might have to watch it in little pieces.
And the gentleman who's playing Ed Gein, his name is Charlie Howell.
Charlie Hunnam.
Sure, Hunnam. He hasn't played a dark character like this before. Like, a lot of people know him from Sons of Anarchy. I know him from King Arthur.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know him from King Arthur. That was a really good one. But he hasn't played this kind of dark character before. And he even said, like, this was a hard part to play. This was hard.
Really?
Because he just doesn't play those kind of things. But you have to like put yourself in that person's shoes. Like it's just like I'm so stoked. Like I have friends that want to watch it with me, and I've straight up told them, if you're not at my house when I get off of work on Friday, I'm watching it with or without you. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care if you're mad at me that I watched this without. I don't care. I am watching this. The only thing,
you didn't take the day off.
I thought about it. The only thing that would stop me from watching it is Sleep Token. One of my favorite bands is here in Denver on the 3rd. They're here on Friday. And I was not able to score tickets. Tickets were sold out within less than 2 hours. Wow. And I wasn't able to score tickets. If I was to buy a ticket now, it'd be $1,500, and that's for nosebleeds of nosebleeds. And Tristan has this really good friend who works for a company that does a lot of ticket sales. And if their owner doesn't want to see the show, the owner will give tickets to their box seats to the employee. So there is a slight chance that I might see
just
Sleep
a
Token.
little tiny hiccup in the matrix that needs
so
to happen.
I haven't bought any lottery tickets in the last 2 weeks. I haven't like driven crazy. I am trying to save up all of my fucking luck to maybe go see this show. Like whatever the universe has planned for me, I haven't done anything else other than to like put it into the universe. I got to go see the show. If I don't see it, I'm fine. I will be fine not seeing the show, but my luck is saved up.
Just saying.
And just putting it out there in the universe. Now it's in recording universe. I have saved it up. Give me what I need.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad we got to talk about this.
Me too. It was an interesting show. I'm glad that it just left you thinking, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Anytime
100%.
you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I think we're going to call it here. Mama, you got anything else?
Nope, except go Chiefs. Your father lost to the Jaguars last week.
Oh.
And I made the mistake of laughing really, really, really hard at your father and pointing and basically, talking the smack that you smack when you're football playing. And you lose, only to find out that I play the Jaguars on Monday. So
they looked pretty good against the Ravens. They looked like they knew what they were doing on the Ravens.
Like I will cry if I lose to Jacksonville after everything that I said to your dad about losing to Jacksonville.
You have to admit they did have a good game against the Ravens. The Ravens and the Chiefs game was good.
It was good. And if you watched the 49er game, you saw that the Jacksonville looked pretty good, considering they're like the worst team in the NFL.
All right, let's end this before we get into some other shit. All right, guys.
All right, go Chiefs.
And go Chiefs. Remember, please drink your water and talk to your therapist, and don't fuck with cats.
Yep, don't do it. It's a bad idea, let me tell you.
All right, guys, we'll catch you later. Bye-bye. Hell yeah, I suck toes.
That's a little odd, Dakota.